First, let's apply the water on the part of the sky. Now I'm going to cover the sky with bright ochre and after add some quinacridone crimson lake. Let's make it a bit darker with red violet. With clean wet brush, let's difuminate it a bit. Now I'm going to dry my brush with some paper towel and I want to lift up a bit the color here. Here I'm going to add a bit of white gouache. And now I'm going to lift a bit of painting because I want the central part to be white. And here again with dry clean brush I'm going to lift a bit the color. Let's use peacock blue here, and again we should difuminate it well with not very wet and clean brush. Wet on wet technique is a bit wild, so you can always manage it with lifting up the color and difuminating it with a clean brush. Let's add a bit of yellow green and a bit of some cerulean blue. Now again peacock blue. So don't forget that the sky should be lighter near the mountains, so you just difuminate the color with a clean, not very wet brush. Now let's add bright clear violet. Now let's mix Prussian blue with some indigo to paint the shadows of the hills. And here I'm using just Prussian blue color. diffuminated a bit, and I lifted some color in the center because I think it makes it more vivid. And let's add some dark points with indigo. Here again, indigo is Prussian blue and diffuminated it up to the top part of the hill. Now I can feel that the sky is still a bit wet, so I'm going to prepare the color to make it much darker. I'm going to use indigo, just a lot of indigo, Russian blue, and bright clear violet, so that will be the dark mix for the sky. And I'm going to dry it with a hair dryer, so to speed up a bit the process. So I'm just going to add a bit more cerulean because I want to have such nice blue lines in the center of the sky. So those blue lines, I'm painting them with cerulean color, and around that cerulean color I'm using the dark mix that I had made before, with a lot of indigo, with a lot of violet. Here I'm adding a bit more of bright opera. I should leave that light pink color there, so I'm diffuminated it a bit here. But if you see that that pink color disappears, please clean your brush and leave that dark paint that you have. Here I'm adding more bright opera, so I just want to make it a bit brighter. And now again with indigo and violet and indigo and violet, I am painting the darkest parts of the sky, and as closer we are coming to the white part of the northern lights, we are making it lighter. So here that another line with cerulean, and it's surrounded with the dark painting. Here I'm diffuminated it again with clean wet brush, a bit more of violet. Now we should clean the brush, dry it a bit with paper towel, and leave the color there where we have that cerulean blue. Don't worry, as you can see that cerulean blue is still there, but it's not such dark as it was a few moments before. Now here I'm going to add a bit more of blue, and I'm using ultramarine deep and diffuminate well the color. And again with clean wet brush I'm diffuminated very well every line that I have here. I'm mixing the colors right on the paper, and I'm lifting the color that I don't want to have with a almost dry clean brush. So now let's move with the sky. I'm working now with the dark mix of indigo and bright clear violet. Let's add a bit more of Prussian blue. Here, don't forget to leave the white and a bit of that clear blue that we have there. Don't forget to leave it. Here again, I don't want the sky to be too dark, near the heels, so I diffuminated well. And now with the dark color I used before, with violet and indigo, I'm painting this part, and I'm leaving the part that is light blue and green without any change. And of course diffuminate it very well with a clean wet brush. And here again lifting up a bit more of color here. And here I'm going to diffuminate it more. With that mix that I have on my palette, I'm going to make darker the shadow of the heel. Now with that mix of the colors, blue colors that I have on my palette and a lot of indigo, I'm going to paint the mountain. It doesn't have to be very dark. Actually, it shouldn't be very dark because it's far away from us. Now let's lift up some color here, so we create the texture a bit of the mountain. Let's add some color to the nearest shadow. I'm going to mix some violet with indigo and add some dots, and I'm going to diffuminate it very well. I also will add some red violet just to make it a bit brighter. Let's paint the trees with a lot of indigo, violet and cerulean blue. I'm going to paint them. Those trees, yes, they should be quite dark, but you make some of them darker and some of them lighter, so the painting doesn't look boring. Here I'm going to add some water because I left too much like a white spaces there, so I just want to take them away. And I'm adding some water to create some texture. And here I'm lifting up the color a bit. Again, just to create some texture so it doesn't look boring. Another little trees. And the shadows, we're going to paint them with the same color we painted the trees. Don't forget to difuminate them a bit, not too much, just a bit. Now with Violet and Indigo, let's paint the shadows of the trees. Those are just some curvy horizontal lines on the trees. You may also add some shadows between the trees. To paint the snow, let's use the white gouache, and it's the first layer of the snow, which will be like the shadow of the snow. So I'm going to use a lot of water and with this white gouache, and another layer I'm going to use almost only white gouache without such a lot of water, so it will be much brighter. And now my favorite part, let's add some dots here and there, and let's paint the stars. Now I decided that it will look more natural if I use gouache with a lot of water, but also a lot of gouache, and with this like such a bit hard brush, I'm going to just spray the gouache there. And here I decided to add a bit more of a green color, and I used yellow green here. Let's make some of the stars brighter, and to some of them I'm going to add a vertical line just to express the shine that they have. And also I'm going to add some white snow, more of white snow to the trees. So that's basically it. We are ready. I'm going to clean a bit the painting on that frame with a white gouache. If you like this tutorial, please follow and comment it if you have any questions. Also, feel free to visit my Etsy shop. There you may find the outline for this bookmark, and also you may download the digital version of this painting just to print it and have it as your bookmark. Thank you.